Hello and welcome to the Daily Forex Report for May 12th. We are looking at the US-Japanese yen pair. This pair closed down, did break the high of the previous session, but closed down. We are looking for this pair to continue moving sideways with the possibility of moving lower. Look for it to potentially go as high up to 81.73, possibly as low as 80.30. Look for some resistance around 81.33. and look for some support around 80.50. Now the Euro-USD pair, this pair moved higher, broke through the low of the previous session, but closed up higher back in previous support. Look for it to potentially go as high as 143.92, possibly as low as 140.53. Look for some resistance around 143.15, and look for some support around 141.25. Now the pound US dollar pair, this pair closed down during today's session, broke through previous support but pulled back to close higher. Look for this pair to potentially go as high as 164.53, possibly as low as 161.69. Look for some resistance around 163.75 and look for some support around 162.30. Now the US Swiss, this pair closed down after pushing higher. We are looking for it to potentially go up and hit resistance around 0.8905, possibly moving down and hitting support around 0.8775. Okay, now as far as news analysis go, we have the Eurozone releasing their gross domestic product at 5 a.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. Consensus on that is that quarterly it's moved from 0.3% to 0.6%. They're showing a gross domestic product year to date moving from 2.0 to 2.2%, which of course would be good news for the euro. At 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, we have the U.S. releasing their Consumer Price Index report for April, showing an increase from 2.7% to 3.1%. Consumer Price Index showing an increase could signal the start of inflation, which could be negative news for the U.S. dollar. We also have at 9:55 a.m. Eastern Time the U.S. University of Michigan's confidence report showing an increase from 69.8 to 70. An increase in the confidence would be good for the U.S. dollar. Now, what am I looking at during this next session? Well, if you go to the US-Japanese yen pair, this pair has moved lower and has retraced that about up to the 23.6 area as far as our Fibonacci retracement. We did close above that area, and typically you want to see it close above it and actually do this play as it breaks down past the 23.6 level, but where we're at now can provide some interesting opportunity as well. Now what we're looking to do is basically sell at the previous session's low right below it, basically a sell at 80.67, and looking for it to come on down to this point down here. This is around the 79.50 mark. So looking for it to move on down through there, basically using a 1, 2, 3 type pattern. We have one move, 1, 2, and now we're looking for it to make the extension down using the high of the previous session as our stop loss, basically using a 66 pip stop loss, but looking to gain about 112. So almost a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio there on this final extension. Well, I hope that helps, and until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.